What's going on YouTube? This is Ycs Inferno. I've been trying to make a deck for YCS Toronto, and I'm still trying to go, but right now circumstances have left me unable to. Right now, I promised you guys about a week before I'd post my video about the deck that I would have brought to Toronto, and I've been testing this on dual network and stuff, and it's been really good. And I took it out yesterday, and I fixed it up. So now, here it is. It's actually Psychic TGs. This deck is really good. It stalls like a mother trucker. Like even against Thunder King, I can still do a lot of shenanigans and things like that. So check it out. Here you go. Start out with two Esper Girls. Esper Girl is a level 2 Psychic Tuner. When this remove from play card is special summoned, remove from play the top card of your deck face down. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, add that removed card to your hand. So that's really good because it's like it only has to be sent from the field to the graveyard. It doesn't have to be destroyed. So you can use it for a synchro summon, and it gets the card. This is really good pluses right here. And you have Serene Psychic Witch. This is a level 3 1400 beater. Normal monster or effect monster. When this card is on the field is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can remove and play one psychic type monster with 2,000 or less attack from your deck. During the next standby phase, special summon the monster removed from play by this effect. So if you have Serene Psychic Witch out, it only has to be destroyed and sent to the graveyard. So even if you Dark Hole, Torrential, and things like that, its effect still activates. And then you use it usually to get Esper Girl. So you special it. You special Esper Girl, and then in the standby phase you get it, and you put the top card of your deck face down, and when Esper Girl leaves the field and goes to the graveyard, you get that card. So it's a plus. Then you also have Hush Psychic Cleric. This is 2100 defense, no attack, level 3 Psychic. When this card is normal flip summon, it's changed its defense position, like Summoner Monk. Once per turn, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard to select one Psychic type in your graveyard and remove it from play. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, select one monster removed from play by this effect and special summon it. So this also is good for Esper Girl. Also, when you, let's say you special Esper Girl with Serene Psychic Witch, then you normal summon Hush Psychic Cleric. Discard a card. Since you already have Serene Psychic Witch in your graveyard, what happens is you already have one card face down that you banished with Esper Girl, and then you discard a card for Hush Psychic Cleric. Then you synchro with them, level 5. This is a Natura Beast, they're both Earth. Then you special Serene Psychic Witch, and you add a card to your hand. Okay, that's a really good loop that I can pull off a lot of times with this. And then Silent Psychic Wizard, this is a 19 beater. When this card is normal summon, you can select one Psychic type monster in your graveyard and remove it from play. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon that remove from play monster. So if I have these in my graveyard and I normal summon Silent Psychic Wizard, I can remove Esper Girl or Cleric or Serene Psychic Witch. And then when this is removed from the field, or sent from the field to the graveyard, I special it. So what's good about these cards is, as long as they go from the field to the graveyard, I get the effect, which is really good. Okay, it's just like Sanging, which I do run with 3 tour guides. Okay. It's actually really good. What happens is when you special Esper Girl, and then you normal summon tour guides, you get Sanging, and then you synchro for 5 right here, and then you get the card that Esper Girl banished. That's really useful play. Okay. Then you have the TG engine. It's a little minimal. 2 Striker, 2 Werewolf, and a Rhino. But this whole deck is basically Sangangs. They're all Sangangs, which is really useful. The thing is, I wanted to fit Tragodia because of all the Sangang effects, but I really ran out of room because there's so many monsters. This is already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17, and then I had to throw in 2 Veilers and a Gores. There's already 20 monsters, and I really couldn't fit any more. So personal preference, I have Tragodia 2-sided, so right now Tragodia is not in the main deck. Then the spells, we have 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Heavy Storm, obvious choices. Book of Moon, Dark Hole, 2 MSTs, and Pot of Avarice and Mind Control. These are the staples, I think, right now. But some other choices I have in here. 1 Pot of Duality. It's good to set up. If you don't need it, you can always discard it for Hush Psychic Cleric. Still really useful. We have one emergency teleport. It's good to get the Esper Girl into your graveyard turn 1 or as soon as possible to start the loops. Because if you don't draw Serene Psychic Witch, you do have to get something into your graveyard somehow. And you have a creature swap. This is really useful because it's sent from the field to the graveyard, just like TGs. It doesn't have to be on your side of the field, it just has to be on the field. So you can creature swap after you get Esper Girl, banish Esper Girl, and when it comes back, you can creature swap, attack into your Esper Girl, and take your card, your free banish card. And the enemy controller is the same thing because they say sent from the field to the graveyard. So if you tribute with enemy controller and take their monster, you still get its effect. Very useful. And then finally, the traps. Solemn Judgment. Solemn Judgment is a staple, of course. Then you also have your 2 Solemn Warnings, your 1 Bottomless, Torrential Mirror Force. Okay. Then I'm running Trap Dust Shoot in this. It's just really useful, and even if I dead draw it, my hands are usually really good with all these Sanguine effects, so it doesn't really hurt. And TGEM1. I really think like Creature Swap and TGEM1 are really good in this deck, just because even if you have little Sanguines and you can't do anything with them, you can switch control and take their good monsters with it. So that's the deck I have for you guys. I really would have brought this to YCS Toronto. People were I remember some people were laughing at me. They're like psychics, like that's just good in name. Like they don't think it could really work. But I really think like this deck is really viable. It's just really good. The only one matchup that I don't really like is the Gladiator Beast matchup. But I can handle it. It's not that big a deal. But it's like one of the harder matchups because of the more, all the monsters that I have to summon that are weak. But I don't think if you go to Toronto that you'll be seeing a lot of Gladiator Beast deck. The other one is, I guess, Lightsworn, just because they can swarm the field so fast. But again, that's just, to me, Lightsworn's an inconsistent deck, and I prefer consistency like this over pure power like Lightsworn is. Just drawing a Lightsworn, sometimes you just draw really dead hands. Like, there are so many cards in that deck that can be dead draws in the beginning of the game. Like, if you have 3 JDs, a BLS, a Chaos Sorcerer, Necrogardenas, Wolves, Celestias, there's just so many. And Beckoning Lights and things like that. So if you want consistency, I really recommend this deck. Try it out on Duel Network. You have about a week before Toronto to test if you want to use this, or even if you don't know what to run. I really recommend you try this deck. Alright guys, right now I'm still working on the extra and side deck, but just retouching it. But the extra deck so far, it's pretty staple. You run 2 Leviathan Dragons, 1 Levair, and it's basically one of everything, including Natura Beast. And one quick comment I will make about the extra deck. I am running Magical Android because you make a lot of level 5s in this deck, like no joke. You can make 5s like consistently every turn. One time I made 3 level 5s in one turn, so you need a lot of level 5 synchros. So just remember that for the deck. And the side deck, I mean, personally, I'm siding a few things like Maxi with Tragodias and DD Crow and things like that, along with the Mind Crushes, the extra Space Typhoon, and Thunder Kings. So that's about my side right now. So it's personal preference, really. I really think that Mind Crush is really relevant this format in the side deck. And that's about it. So check it out. I really think you guys should try this deck out. Psychic TGs, or TGP as I like to call it. Alright, thanks guys. 3 Inferno signing out.